Travis Kelce had been planning this for months. He wanted everything to be perfect for Taylor Swift, the love of his life. He knew he had to do something extraordinary, something that would be worthy of the stories she sang about. The plan was set in motion on a warm evening in July. Travis had arranged for a private dinner at a secluded vineyard just outside of Nashville. The vineyard's sprawling fields and picturesque setting would be the perfect backdrop for his proposal. As the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over the grapevines, Travis and Taylor arrived at the vineyard. Taylor had no idea what was in store. She thought they were just going to have a quiet dinner away from the prying eyes of the public. They were led to a beautifully set table in the middle of the vineyard, surrounded by twinkling fairy lights and candles. Soft music played in the background, and the scent of roses filled the air. Taylor was enchanted by the setting but still unaware of what was to come. After a delicious meal and some fine wine, Travis suggested they take a walk through the vineyard. As they strolled hand in hand, Travis steered them toward a small clearing where a giant screen had been set up. Taylor looked puzzled, but her curiosity was piqued. Suddenly, the screen came to life, and a montage of their moments together started to play. Clips of them laughing, traveling, and just being together filled the screen, interspersed with messages from their closest friends and family. Taylor's eyes welled up with tears as she watched the heartfelt messages. As the video ended, the screen went dark, and the words, "Will you marry me?" appeared. Taylor turned to Travis, who was now on one knee, holding a dazzling ring that sparkled even in the dim light. "Taylor, you are the best thing that has ever happened to me. You make me a better person, and I want to spend the rest of my life making you as happy as you've made me. Will you marry me?" Travis said, his voice full of emotion. Taylor was speechless. She had never been so surprised in her life. Tears streamed down her face as she nodded and whispered, "Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes." Travis slipped the ring onto her finger, and they embraced, surrounded by the beauty of the vineyard and the magic of the moment. As they kissed, fireworks lit up the night sky, a final surprise Travis had arranged to celebrate their engagement. Their love story, already one for the ages, had just added a new, unforgettable chapter. Travis Kelce had always been known for his grand gestures, both on and off the field. As an NFL superstar, he thrived in the limelight, but when it came to matters of the heart, he preferred a more intimate approach. However, for Taylor Swift, his girlfriend of 2 years, he knew he had to plan something truly extraordinary. Taylor had been busy with her latest world tour, and they had spent weeks apart. Travis decided to make the most of their reunion by organizing an elaborate surprise. He enlisted the help of Taylor's close friends and family, as well as his teammates, to make it unforgettable. On a warm summer evening, Taylor arrived at her Nashville home after a grueling tour stop. She was greeted by a note on the door that simply read, "Follow the lights." Intrigued, she stepped inside to find a path of flickering candles leading her through the house. Each candle had a small note attached, filled with memories of their time together, romantic dinners, laughter-filled vacations, and quiet moments that only they shared. As Taylor followed the trail, it led her out to the backyard, where a stunning display awaited. Fairy lights were strung across the trees, casting a magical glow over the entire area. In the center of the yard, there was a large, heart-shaped arrangement of roses, with a grand piano set up nearby. Travis stood next to the piano, dressed in a sharp suit, his eyes gleaming with excitement. "Welcome home, Taylor," he said, his voice warm and inviting. Taylor's heart raced as she approached him, her eyes taking in the breathtaking scene. "Travis, what is all this?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Travis smiled and took her hand, leading her to a small stage set up beside the piano. "I wanted to do something special for you. Something that would show you just how much you mean to me." He nodded to a figure in the shadows, and suddenly, the soft melody of one of Taylor's favorite songs filled the air. Travis sat at the piano and began to play, his fingers moving gracefully over the keys. As he played, a screen behind him lit up, displaying a montage of their moments together, laughing, dancing, and simply being in love. Tears welled up in Taylor's eyes as she watched the video, her heart swelling with emotion. When the song ended, Travis stood and walked over to her, taking both of her hands in his. "Taylor, you are the love of my life. Every moment with you has been a dream come true, and I want to spend the rest of my life making you as happy as you've made me," he said, his voice filled with sincerity. He then got down on one knee, pulling out a small velvet box from his pocket. "Will you marry me?" Taylor gasped, her hand covering her mouth as she looked down at the stunning ring. Overwhelmed with joy, she nodded, tears streaming down her face. "Yes, Travis, yes." The crowd of friends and family that had gathered in secret erupted in cheers and applause, rushing forward to congratulate the newly engaged couple. Travis slipped the ring onto Taylor's finger and pulled her into a tight embrace, their hearts beating in perfect harmony. As they celebrated with their loved ones, Taylor looked up at Travis, her eyes shining with happiness. "This is incredible, Travis. Thank you for making this moment so perfect." Travis smiled, leaning down to kiss her gently. "Anything for you, Taylor. I can't wait to start this new chapter of our lives together." And as the night went on, filled with laughter, music, and love, Travis and Taylor knew that their incredible engagement plea was just the beginning of a beautiful journey together. Travis Kelce had always been a planner. As the star tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, his precision on the field was legendary. But this time, the stakes were even higher. He was about to propose to Taylor Swift, and he wanted it to be as memorable as one of her chart-topping songs. The idea struck him one night while they were lounging in his living room, Taylor strumming a guitar and humming a new melody. Travis watched her, thinking about how to make their moment unforgettable. It had to be grand but personal, reflecting both of their worlds, his sports and her music. He called his best friend and teammate, Patrick Mahomes, to help him execute his plan. They spent weeks brainstorming, coordinating, and rehearsing. Patrick's role would be crucial, and Travis knew he could count on him. On a sunny Saturday morning, Travis invited Taylor to the Chiefs' Arrowhead Stadium under the pretense of a charity event. Taylor, always eager to support a good cause, agreed without a second thought. As they arrived, she was surprised to see the stadium filled with thousands of fans. Confused but intrigued, she held Travis's hand tightly. Travis led her to the center of the field, where a grand piano stood. As they approached, Taylor noticed a familiar figure seated at the piano, Elton John, one of her idols. Her eyes widened in disbelief. Elton began to play a beautiful rendition of "Your Song," and as the melody filled the stadium, the jumbo screen lit up with a montage of moments from Travis and Taylor's relationship, candid shots, shared laughs, and intimate memories. Taylor's eyes welled up with tears. Then, Travis took a deep breath and, with a microphone in hand, started speaking. "Taylor, from the moment I met you, I knew you were special. You bring music and magic into my life every day. You've shown me what true love is, and I want to spend the rest of my life making you as happy as you've made me." He paused, dropping to one knee, and the crowd erupted in cheers. "Taylor Allison Swift, will you marry me?" Tears streaming down her face, Taylor nodded vigorously, unable to speak. Travis slipped a sparkling diamond ring onto her finger, and they embraced as the crowd chanted, "Yes."